welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this sweet as a peach grapevine wreath. Stay tuned and I will show you how to do it. Alright y'all, let us get started. So first off, what you're going to need, of course, is a grapevine. Now, if you have a store near you called Roses, I'm down here in the south, so we have roses, just a handful scattered here and there. They have really good prices on their grapevine wreaths. This one does not have a tag on it, and I'm thinking that this is a 16-inch. That's kind of what it looks like to me. But anyway, 14, 16, whatever size you want to use, it's fine. It's not really all that important. But you want it to be big enough to where everything isn't squished all together, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to need a grapevine wreath. You're also going to need some peaches and greenery. Now, I got these at Walmart, these little spring clips. They're 98 cents a piece, and I'm going to be using 3 on this wreath because, when you're grouping large items like these peaches here, fairly large, when you're grouping items together, an odd number is usually more appealing to the eye than an even number because the eye wants to focus on the center of things, and it will focus on the center, and anyway, it just makes everything appear to be more balanced. You're also going to need some ribbon. This is 2.5-inch wire ribbon. I got this at Michael's. I really like this one. Has the peaches on it. And for the bow, I use pretty much an entire spool of this ribbon. Okay, so let's take a look at that. 2.5 inches by 21 feet. And I have a little bit left over, but you're pretty much going to need to use the entire spool of ribbon, okay? Let's throw that over there. You're going to also need some zip ties, and we're going to be using these cable tie mounts right here to hold our sign on. Now, what these are is you could peel this off and stick it to the back of something. I glue mine down. And then you see these little slots here. You take a zip tie and then you just stick it right through there. So this is stuck onto the item that you're wanting to attach to something. And then, you just attach your zip tie like so. So I'm going to be using 2 on this sign. This sign is fairly heavy. And speaking about the sign, this is the Sweet as a Peach sign, and I got this from Walmart. I left the tag on so you can see the price. It was $4.98. Now, I'm going to be gluing on these cable tie mounts, and while the glue is drying, I'll take this tag off because, the tag police will come get you if you don't take it off, even though you're not going to be able to see it because it's going to be against the daggone wreath, but you know how people are. But anyway, let's go ahead and attach these to our sign. Now, these have this little peel and stick tab right here, and that's wonderful and all, but sometimes if your sign is heavy, these will come off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's see if we can get the backing off here. I'm just going to pull that off to let me go. And then I have my hot glue gun fired up, and then I'm going to use a little bit of this E6000 Plus. This is the low odor. I'll put links to all this stuff down below where you can get all this wonderful, wonderful stuff. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I am going to take some of this E6000 and I'm going to put it right in the center. That is going to provide long-term hold. And then I'm just going to put some dots of hot glue here and there. That is going to sit up and give us some short-term hold to just hold this on, okay? I'm just going to press that down like so, and we'll let that set up. And we're going to do another one. We're going to just shoot that paper over here in my lap. My goodness. All right, I'll pull that off. Once again, we're just going to put, come on out now. Just going to put a blob of that and some hot glue. And I'm going to put that right about here and press that down. And I want to set this off to the side, and we are going to let the glue set up. Now, what we're going to do for the bow, this is a bow, and I know it looks kind of raggedy right now because I have it squished and I've been messing with it. But once I get it on the wreath, I'm going to fluff it up and it'll look a lot better. I promise. Give me a minute. Don't freak out on me. It'll be all right. But anyway, this bow here, is it that pretty? So this is the zip tie bow that my wonderful, wonderful friend Julie of Julie's Wreath Boutique teaches how to make. Look in the description box and I'll put a link to her bow making video where she goes in depth and shows you how to make this bow. So you can see on mine, I have a pipe cleaner that I have stuck in the ribbon that I wrapped around the center here. I just put that pipe cleaner down, and then I wrap the ribbon around, and I've got all of that glued down with a little bit of the E6000 and some hot glue. So when I put florals on my grapevines, and I know I haven't done a grapevine in a while, and y'all have been asking for it, and I'm sorry, but things have been busy. But let's get our grapevine here. And this one is not perfectly round. Actually, I got a handful of them that aren't perfectly round. I want to have it kind of going this way. I'm going to just put the bow down first. Why am I doing that? Because then I can see exactly where I want to place everything else, with the bow kind of being like the big main focal point. But anyway, with the pipe cleaners here, I'm just going to take these pipe cleaners and work them down in between the thingy-mabobs here and pull it out the back and twist it. Okay, so that's probably going to take me a minute, so let me work on that and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the pipe cleaners through there. This one gave me kind of a hard time because this one area over here was kind of dense. But I always like to keep a crochet hook handy when I'm trying to put things on grapevines, because you can use that hook and kind of like work your way up. See it poking out there? Hi! And like grab your pipe cleaner and like pull it back through. You know, that helps tremendously. So now all I'm doing on the back here is I'm just twisting this pipe cleaner. Just twisting it really, really tightly, okay? Make sure you twist it real tight, because when you trim off the ends of your pipe cleaner, because you can see it through your wreath, you know, you don't want these big long ends sticking out. Okay, see, like so. Yes, I'm crushing my bow, but it's okay. Like I said, I'm going to fluff it out when I get everything on, okay? And there's hot glue on my wire cutters. All right. I'm sorry, Mr. Bow. Please don't crush me anymore. All right. So now we have these clips. All right, so these clips have got like this little metal thing on the end. You can leave those on if you want to. I don't want to. I'm just going to pull them right off. Now we're going to pull these tags off. Now I do have some floral wire over here. And I don't really like using hot glue on grapevines, and I'll tell you why. Because see, I mean, there's not a lot for the hot glue to grab onto, you know. It's just, it gives you a very weak hold. So I like to throw things. I like to use a bit of floral wire to hold everything in place. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer than just throwing down a blob of hot glue, but I think it's a little bit more sturdy. So I'm just going to take this piece of wire, kind of bend it in half. Now let's find a good place. There's these little glue strands on these things. So I'm just going to take this, you see like where the peach is attached right there, and all of this is wrapped together, so it's already pretty sturdy. I'm just going to take it and just wrap it down around the peach like that. And try to get it even. Now let's give this a good twist in the back to hold it. Okay. Now let's pick where we want this. Of course, we want to hide this end here. So I'm going to try to put it down here near the bow like that. And I'm going to take this wire. Like I said, it can take you a second if your grapevine is densely packed, and then you're just going to pull it out through the back side. Pull it out through his little back side. Push it down through there. Now let's go over here. That might be better. All right, and then once I grab the ends of this wire, I'm just going to give them a good twist to hold it in place. All right, I have that wired in place, and I'm just going to come back here and I'm going to trim that wire down just a little bit. All right, let's flip him over and see what we've got. Let's try to get these leaves situated here. Now I will go back, just pick out one of these, try to get the leaves out of the darn way. And I'll also put a piece of wire here, and that's going to hold it down even more. But anyway, let's get another. Ooh, a lot of greenery there. Here we go. Let's get this in here. Just I'll pull his little clip off. All right. Uh-oh. Sticker, sticker, sticker police. Don't get me. I'm getting it. I promise. All right. Let's try to just bend this. Now we're going to take another piece of wire and we're going to wire that into place. And we're just going to kind of go up around the top of the wreath like so. We're going to wrap this around that peach just like I did the other one. Like so. Put it around here. Why are you trying to get away from me? You're not being a very nice peach. You're not being very peachy. All right. Another good thing about wiring things down on your grapevines is you can take it apart and use it as something else if you want to later on down the road. You know, if you're like, nah, I don't even like that wreath anymore. You know, you don't have to take it all apart and worry about glue being caked all over everything. You know what I'm saying? All right, so now we're going to take this and just kind of, I'm going to take that green piece and just kind of work it down in there. Just kind of get it where you want it. Then you can worry about moving these leaves around here later, okay? Just kind of, yeah, that looks okay. Now just take your wire and work it down through the wreath, just like we did for this one, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing with this third one. And then when I get all that put on, we will come back and we'll put on the sign. I now have all of the greenery on, and yeah, right before I get ready to take the photo so that you can see the whole thing, I will, you know, arrange the greenery, fluff the bow, and make it look decent, okay? Don't worry, it ain't going to stay looking like this. But when it comes to the sign, I got tired of fighting with the label, and you know what? I don't feel like breaking out the heat gun and all that. You can use a heat gun, you know, to get this label off. There's a bunch of different tips and tricks out there, but you know what? This is going on my door. And when you put this down on the grapevine, you're not going to see this. Stop letting these people out there tell you that everything has to be perfect or your wreath isn't worth squat. Stop listening to them. My goodness. But anyway, to attach this, you can use zip ties, you can use pipe cleaners, you can use floral wire, whatever you want to use. Now, when I said earlier that you needed zip ties, you need the zip ties to make the bow, okay? Now for this, I think I'm just going to use floral wire to attach it. Now let me tell you something about zip ties. If you want to use a zip tie to attach this to your wreath, let me just grab one. So you can see the little doohickey here, the top of it is going to be very difficult to get through the grapevine. So what you can do is just bring it up from the back and bring this end up, put it through the mount on your sign, and then back down. That way you don't have to worry about fighting with this end, okay? But like I said, I'm going to use some floral wire. So I'm just going to run it through here, like so. Spin that down to hold that in place. And then I have another piece. And just bend that in half, like this. And I'm going to run that through the bottom. I just wanted to double it, you know, just make it a little bit more sturdy. This wire is some pretty sturdy stuff, but you know, just to make double sure. Now, let us hold our wreath and see about where we want our sign. I think right there, I'm trying to get another camera set up so I can bring the camera up so that you can see more of the table. But for now, this is what I'm working with. All right, so now we're just going to take this and just run it through the grapevine and twist them together, just like we did everything else. So I am going to do that, and that's going to be the end of our wreath, okay? That's it. That's all you're going to do. So let me work on this, and I'll come back and show you the final thing. All right, y'all. There it is. It is all done, and I am very, very happy with it. I cannot wait to put this on my front door. But anyway, if you would, please give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below, and I hope to see y'all next time. Bye!